This is the beginning.
Hello, sweet friends. Welcome back to me talking to a brick wall. So today I'm going to be discussing my 2026 New Year's resolutions. This is something I've actually never done before. I've never actually sat down and wrote a list of goals that I want to accomplish for the year. Oh my goodness. I forgot last year I pressed a flower in this book. Oh, it's so pretty. I think it's from Trader Joe's. Anyway, that's lovely. Okay, so yeah, just gonna jump right in. The first one that I have on here is to meet my financial goals. Not a very glamorous or exciting first New Year's resolution, but it's definitely extremely important to me, so that's why I have it first on the list. So I am going to start budgeting, which I have found that using my notes app in my phone is the best way to track that. The world of budgeting is very overwhelming, as I've learned. There are many books, there are many templates that you can find online, and none of them really suited what I wanted to do. So I just found that writing everything down in my notes app is going to be the best thing for me. And the next thing I have on here is to save towards my emergency fund. This is absolutely riveting content that I'm providing right now. What can I say? Only the best here on my channel. Yes, so I want to save to my emergency fund. I want to max out my Roth IRA. I'm also contributing to my 401k. And this one is very ambitious. This last one I have here is to pay off 10K of my student loan debt. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. Love the idea. Love the thought. We'll see. We'll just see if I have I have very low interest rates, so I got very lucky with that. So it's not that big of a deal, but it's definitely something that is looming over me. I really just want to get my student loan debt out of the way, so that would be lovely to accomplish, but we shall see. So the next one I have here is no more buying clothes online. Let me tell you, eBay is the devil in disguise. eBay sellers, I buy vintage clothes on eBay and like Depop. Vintage clothing sellers love to not tell you anything about what they are selling because I get stuff in the mail. I've had so many things that arrived in the mail where there's holes in it, there's stains all over it, and not a word was mentioned in the description or photos of the item. And I'm very tired of that. So if I happen to want to buy more clothes, which I'm not really... My closet right now is so cohesive and pretty much everything goes with everything else, which is amazing. I wear mainly earthy tones. I wear maroons, earthy greens, browns, and I just love that everything goes with everything else. And I just don't feel the need to really buy anything else at the moment. 3 weeks later, me having a meltdown over my closet and wanting to get rid of everything. That's not going to happen. It really isn't. But I hope. So if I do buy clothes, they have to be thrifted and in person. And like I said, there's nothing I'm really wanting right now, except I do want a maroon colored blouse that's cottony for summertime and possibly some maroon colored pants / skirt. But I'm not going to go out of my way on the internet to find those items because that just leads to an endless pit of me wanting everything else. And I can't let that happen anymore. And I'm also going to abide by the 1 in, 1 out rule. So if I'm bringing something in, something has to get out. I'm going to donate or sell whatever is out of my closet. So I'm going to have overall a no buy, no buy year. Preferably no buy. I have a feeling it's going to be low buy though. I am going to only stick to essential things that I need. And yeah, like I said, there's really not anything I want anymore. I have lots of little vintage knickknacks that I love, and I just don't see myself. I love a minimalist. I really do. I wish I could. That's not me though. I really wish I could be one, but that is just not me. I've been watching a lot of minimalist YouTubers and specifically Exploravore. Hi, Exploravore. You're not watching this, but I love your videos very much. And she's definitely just very inspiring to me. But I like to take little tips and tricks that they have, that minimalists have, and incorporate them into my life, even if I'm not a full-blown minimalist, which would love for that to happen, but I do not see that in my future, unfortunately. So the next one I have here is to join a volleyball team, which I already did. You're looking at the 8th grade. There goes my flower. The 8th grade team captain. Not to brag, but it's true. So yeah, the team I'm joining is not, it's not that serious. It's just for funsies, which I really appreciate because I'm not a competitive person in the slightest. So that starts next week. I already have my volleyball. I've been practicing. I'm probably going to be really bad going back into it, but I haven't played in a very long time. But I hope to meet a lot of cool people, and it shall be a fun time. The next one I have here is to compliment/engage with people more often. I don't know what it is about me giving compliments to people. It makes me so nervous. And it's almost like I think that they're going to spit in my face if I give them a compliment. And obviously that's never going to happen, but compliments that people have given me, I think about it years later. Girl at CVS at the checkout counter who called me a fairy, I think about you every single day. And I don't know, you just never know what it's going to lead to when you compliment someone. For example, I was walking around my neighborhood a couple months ago, and there's this house that I absolutely love, have loved it for years, and the owner happened to be outside, and I walked up to her and I said, "Hey, I walk by your house almost every single day." Not in a creepy way. And I love your house so much. And we struck up a conversation, and now I cat sit for her. So you never know what opportunities talking to strangers can lead to. It can lead to friendships, relationships, and I just want to do that more often. In addition to that, I want to start asking people, specifically strangers, what their favorite song is. I am tired of algorithms thinking that they know me like that and think that I will enjoy the songs that they suggest. And granted, sometimes I do, but most of the time I don't. So it's going to be really cool to actually ask real people what they enjoy. And I don't have Spotify. I have Spotify, but not the paid version. And I don't have Apple or any streaming services. So I think if I do ask people, I'll probably just make a Spotify playlist and add it to that. What their favorite song is. So, and when was the last time somebody asked you what your favorite song is? I could not tell you the last time someone asked me. Fireproof by One Direction, by the way. Thank you for asking. The next one I have here is to reduce phone screen time to 2 hours a day. And what sucks is I know right now me recording this audio on my phone is going to count towards screen time. Me going on my walks and listening to podcasts, that's going to count towards screen time. And I don't mean that kind of screen time. I mean me laying in bed and scrolling through my phone, which I don't have social media anymore except YouTube and Pinterest. And I don't have any social media apps or anything. But I find myself mindlessly scrolling on like my banking apps and my notes app or my photo app for no reason. It's almost like I'm just trying to entertain myself for no reason. And I just need to stop that. And I think 2 hours is a reasonable thing. I've also, the past couple of days, I've been shutting down my phone because the lost art of shutting down your phone, bring it back, because it truly does help you not go on your phone, because you can't just tap the screen or pick it up and it's not going to light up. You have to make the effort to turn it on. And I also have been hiding my phone in weird places where I wouldn't remember, like the refrigerator, which I've done before unintentionally. Anyway, so yeah, just put your phone in a weird place and to not access it, to make it harder to access your phone. The next one I have here is to go on a few trips. So I am planning, I already have it planned. I have a trip planned to California. I'm going to Santa Barbara and I'm going to be taking the Pacific Surfliner, which I'm stupid excited about. I've never done that before. And I also want to go to New York. I have a few friends that live there that I haven't seen in a very long time. And London, which is extremely ambitious of me to say because I don't know if that's going to fit into my budget. Would love for it to fit in my budget. I have a friend that lives in London. Hello, Simi, if you're watching. And I would love to see her and to frolic around London, but that will probably have to be later in the year if I have the money for it. The next one, or no, this is the last one. The last one I have here is to always plan something to look forward to, even if it's small. So it could be, just going to the farmer's market or planning to paint someday. I just basically always want to have something in my schedule that I'm excited about. I want to always be booked and busy, and it doesn't even necessarily have to be things that cost money because I am seriously not spending. Do you ever well, I did this last year. If I go to a bar with some friends, I be bringing snacks in my purse. There's security that does they do purse checks, and I have an apple cutter and some apples and some peanut butter in my purse. I am not spending a dime, and I don't care if it looks embarrassing to me or anybody else. I just don't want to spend money on mediocre food, mediocre drinks. I don't really drink anyway. Anyway, so I don't know why I got into that little rambling there, but I just want to be very, very, very intentional with the things that I buy and to really, really, really lock in and save, not to use that phrase, but I am very serious about it this year. So yeah, that is all I have. Those are my 2026 New Year's resolutions. And don't stress too much about your resolutions if you have them. I know I'll stress about mine, but you're not allowed to, okay? Okay. That is all I have. And have a wonderful 2026. Goodbye.